everyone, Sarah here again today, and I am doing a Easter card for Brass and Bliss. I am using the cute little chicks and eggs set to stamp out my little chickies and their little nest of eggs and stuff like that. I went ahead and did a lot of that in the very beginning and didn't make you watch all of it. So what you'll see here is I'm actually pulling out the color fuse inks, and this stencil is actually made from the slimline cloud die from Brass and Bliss as well. I went ahead and cut it on a piece of acetate so that I could use it and without having to add paper layered up, because sometimes I don't want to do that. I don't want to make it as thick. So I like to, use it as a stencil and go ahead and add the layers just with the ink. And I love the way the color fuse inks work. So it just works perfectly. I'm going to smush some of the ink down here on my glass mat. Again, it's kind of one of the reasons I use the glass mat as well. These are cut, the grass pieces are just cut with the classic grass die from Brass and Bliss as well. And I am using one of the green sets of color fuse to go ahead and just add a little more color or dimension to the grass. And I'm going to go ahead and smush a few of the blues down on my glass mat, add a little water, and splatter them on the cloud background. And then I'll add one of the darker colors here in just a second. And I'll do the same thing, just adding a little more dimension and just a little more something to the background. I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with two greens. I'm just going to add a little water and add some splattering. That way there's just a little more texture and it's just not a flat piece of cardstock. So I went ahead and did that, and I'm going to put these down for a minute, and I will I'm pulling some paintbrushes out of my stash. And then I'm going to start pushing down a couple of these colors on my mat. I went kind of for the lightest and I think the third darkest that was in the yellow set. And I'm going to paint my little chickies with that light yellow. It's a really good color. It's perfect for what I was wanting to do. And I think, let's see, that one's called Lemon. And then the other one that I used is called Autumn. And this is in the Color Fuse set 1. That's the yellows that I used. I used the darker color to add some shadows and stuff like that to my little duckies so that they kind of have the colors I want where I want them. And that's what I'm doing here, is adding my shadows with that autumn color. I've got them all pulled out here in front of me if you can hear that. And those are the oranges. This is Color Fuse set number 2. And I used one of the lighter colors on this. And I think, so I used Mango and I believe Citrus are the two that I used for the feet and their little beaks. And so I'm going to go ahead and I am just adding a little color to their feet. And honestly, their feet get covered up, so it really wasn't a point of me really adding it. But it's okay, because I wasn't sure of that in the beginning, that I wasn't going to show their feet. So it's all good. I also pulled out color set number 3, which is the browns. And I used mocha and cinnamon in this one to color in the nest and then add some shadowing to the nest so that it looked more three-dimensional, not so flat. And then here I pulled out Color Fuse set number 5. It's the pinks. And also Color Fuse set number 6. And I used, on number 5 in the pinks, I used rose and I used bubblegum. And then on the purples, I used lavender and orchid. Just so that I had some different colors, because I'm sitting here painting the eggs at the moment. And they're just so cute. I love the little sets. And I kind of crowd my card. I leave, I think, maybe one or two. Let's see. I used all but one bird on the front of this. I did leave some of the eggs out, or like a basket of eggs, but that's okay. I have more cards to make anyways. You saw me put some blue down there. That's from Color Fuse set number 9. And I used Beachside. And I just filled in one of the eggs with it. The little egg that has has little flowers on it. And so I made the background blue. I made that one of those eggs down there that I'm working next to right now, I kind of made it a color wash, like you can do when you're actually dyeing Easter eggs. And so it's like pink and orange and yellow. And then I think I said lello. It's yellow, if I did. But yeah, I'm just sitting here trying to make sure that I finish off the eggs, and I add a little bit of the light blue to the top of that eggshell on the top of that bird's head. And then I'm going through, I pulled my white gel roll pen, and I'm drawing around the sides where I kind of went outside of the lines. I'm showing you I'm cutting these up because I was going to fussy cut them out. No, I don't make you watch all of that. It would have made this way longer if I would have. I went ahead and cut down the grass, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that. I'm going to trim it off the card so that it's where I want it to be. This way I could layer them and kind of sit them where I want. And that's what I'm doing. I wanted to make sure that it was just the base, which I do a lot of the time, just the base of it adhered down so that I can lift it up if I want to stick things behind, or even just kind of scuff it up with my nails to allow some dimension. But as you see here, I'm going ahead and pulling them up a little bit, and I'm sticking the little birds behind it. This little guy's booty hangs off a little bit, but I snip it off, and you won't ever see that really because I put a border around. So here I'm going ahead and adding a little glue because I like just the way they are. I grabbed some foam from my stash, and I'm adhering it behind like some of the little chickies' heads. That way that there's a little more dimension, but not too much. And so I'm going through and doing that here. I'm cutting up some more little pieces, and I'm putting them behind the just the little chicks. I don't put it behind the eggs. Here I fussy cut out this the sentiment. It says Happy Easter, Happy Spring, Happy Everything. I just thought it was cute. I went ahead and fussy cut that out, add some foam behind that, and put it on my card. Here I was deciding to go back and put some behind that little 3 set of little chickies as well. I went ahead and did that. And there I went trimming off the little chickie's booty. And this is the Marble Perfection 6x6 paper pad. And I was just trying to find a paper that I really felt went with it. And I love this one that's sitting down there because it has a lot of the colors in it that were on the card already. And here I also pulled out the nested inside scallop dies from Brass and Bliss and ran that through. I didn't cut it down yet or anything. I went ahead, I probably made this harder for myself. I don't know why. I'm sorry. But I went ahead and cut that, and then I'm cutting it down to a 4 1/4 by 5.5, just so I can have the little frame, and it's going to go over the top of my card, making sure it fits. And then I'm going to pull out some more of my fun foam, grab my little guillotine trimmer, and trim these down to where they're really thin. And I'm going to back that, add a little bit of glue to it because that's all I'll need. It just needs a little bit of glue. And I was searching for it at the moment. I'm looking around. I lost it. I found it. It's okay. But I went ahead and added the glue to this, and I stuck it down. And here in a minute, I will flip it over. I just held it in place for a second. My glue dries really quick. It tacks at least really quick. I'm going to add some good adhesive to the back of this. I kind of overkill a little bit on my cards when I'm using tape. I don't want to take the chance of it coming off if it's going through the mail or anything like that because temperatures can sometimes mess with it. But I went ahead and added quite a bit of adhesive on the back, and I'm going to stick this to my card base itself, and that finishes this card. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out the Brass and Bliss website and grab some goodies while you're there. Have a great day. Bye.